Happy Friday, y'all, and welcome back to the Floating Head Chronicles. We have Marie Hotchhalter. And if you guys do not remember her, she was an actual victim from Columbine in 1999. So 26 years ago, she was pew-pewed and paralyzed. However, this girl passed away, and they are stating this is a homicide. They are stating that what she passed away from was from complications from her surgeries, from her paralyzation, and they are listing it as homicide from the pew-pewing of Columbine 26 years ago. So the autopsy report noted that she had passed away due to sepsis. So there was some sort of failure going on in her body, but she did sustain 2 wounds that left her paralyzed and in a wheelchair, and that was the significant contributing factor. So they declared this as part of a homicide going way back, because she wouldn't have had this issue had she have not had these injuries. But I've never once heard of such a thing. I mean, these guys, we already know what happened in Columbine. If you are unaware, please definitely go back and research, but you can't charge them or anything. They're gone. So these guys had already taken care of themselves, and so no real closure there. Now, People magazine wrote she was a fighter. She'd get knocked down. She struggled a lot with health issues that stemmed from this, but she would pull herself back up. And that is from her stepmother, Sue Townsend, who stressed on that. Like, this girl lived through such a traumatic experience in her life and still succumbed to the injuries 26 years later. It just hurts my whole heart. Now, she was 17 years old and a junior at Columbine back on April 20th of 1999. And they just came up on like the 25-year reunion of this happening, where they all annually meet up and they, do say their condolences, or they all sit there and do prayers or candlelight visuals, whatever you may wish to do to remember this tragedy and how many lives were lost. As you guys see, 13 people. And 23 were injured, and then not including them too. Now, she recalls that day to People magazine back in 2004, stating that she had stepped outside for fresh air when she heard a popping noise and suddenly felt something strike her in the back. She believed that it was from like a paintball pew, and as a friend helped her, she was struck again. This time it hit a vein. So you can read above what she had stated. She was left paralyzed by the attack and used a wheelchair for the rest of her life, and she was considered to be one of the lucky ones. If the ambulance had come 2 minutes later, she wouldn't have made it. A lot of evil happened that day, but a lot of things went so right. So sad. In one of her final Facebook posts on the 25th anniversary, she wrote that while she had previously avoided memorial services due to the PTSD, she had attended the anniversary vigil and found the occasion most healing. I've been truly able to heal my soul since that awful day in 1999, she wrote, noting that she felt the presence of the 13 victims sitting there with smiles on their faces, wanting us to remember the good times. Now, Anne-Marie, I speak for all of us when I say we are truly sorry for everything you endured and had to bear witness to that day. You became a victim. You watched people around you, friends, classmates, teachers, the scene alone. From the outside, I have been truly traumatized from Columbine. And we see it and hear about it all the time on the news, people idolizing these guys, and it just has never stopped since 1999 and that crazy day. It's ingrained in all of our brains, and we all bear witness to it. Now, I just thought it was very interesting that they labeled it as homicide, which is actually, when you look at it, yeah, it is, because she wouldn't have had sepsis or any issues if she wouldn't have been injured from that day. But they did the right thing and they listed it as that. Taking it back to, if she wouldn't have had that injury, it wouldn't have caused this issue. Big prayers for anybody involved and to your family, and I'm glad that you got a little bit more time, but life is just truly unfair. I just don't understand how you make it and live through something so traumatic just to still not make it out through that day. I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments section, and I hope you guys have a great day.